Hi everyone, welcome back to Steam Flow, the channel all about getting the best out of your Steam Deck. Now the Steam Spring Sale 2025 is here and I've handpicked 15 amazing games that are currently on some pretty nice discounts. Now these aren't just any random picks, they all run well on the deck and are games I personally think are worth grabbing and playing on your Steam Deck. Some of these might need some tweaks to run good, but the experience is worth it. Let's check them out. No Man's Sky 60% off at €23.59. Now if you love exploring endless planets, this is still one of the best space games out there. It runs at 60 FPS on medium settings, but it might drop to 40 FPS in busy areas. You can expect around 2.5 hours of battery life, but if you lock it to 30 FPS, you can push it to more than 3.5 hours on the OLED Steam Deck. Hogwarts Legacy 75% off at $14.99. It's a heavier game, but tweaked settings and FSR gets you 40 to 50 FPS. Looks stunning and it's pretty magical that we're able to play this game on a handheld. Battery life is rough though, around 2 hours on the Steam Deck OLED. Locking it to 30 FPS will stretch that to about 3 hours. Now Cyberpunk 2077 is 60% off at $23.99. I think that's the lowest price it's ever been. It runs surprisingly great on the Steam Deck. Medium settings and FSR keep it around 40 to 50 FPS, maybe even 60 in some areas. Now battery life is about 2.5 hours at 60 FPS, but if you cap that to 30 FPS, you can stretch it to about 3 hours. Titanfall 2 90% off at €2.99. It's an absolute steal at €3, runs flawlessly at 60 FPS, it has a solid single player, and it has a solid battery life of more than 3 hours. I think this is the best FPS campaign ever and it plays like a dream on the Steam Deck. Animal Well 20% off at €19.60. It's a perfect game for handheld play, runs flawlessly at 60 FPS with over 6 hours of battery life, it has full controller support and the OLED screen makes the eerie atmosphere even better. Balatro 15% off at €11.89. This is a must-have game. It's a roguelike poker game that's way more addictive than it sounds. I've probably spent more than 30 hours in it. It runs perfectly at 60 FPS or even 90 FPS on the OLED. It lasts forever on battery. I've had it last for more than 8 hours. If you like deck builders or you just want a chill but strategic game, this one is definitely worth checking out. Dave the Diver 32% off at €13.39. You wouldn't expect a fishing and sushi restaurant management game to be this fun, but here we are. This is one of my top picks for 2024 and it's back in 2025 with an amazing discount. It's perfect on the Steam Deck, runs at 60 FPS and has a mix of relaxing exploration and intense time management. It's definitely worth checking out and it runs for more than 4 hours on the Steam Deck OLED. Stardew Valley 40% off at €8.39. You know it, you love it. Stardew Valley is perfect for handheld gaming. It's been here for a while and this is a classic at this point. It runs at 60 FPS or 90 on the OLED, lasts forever on battery, more than 6 hours, and you can lose hundreds of hours just farming, making friends, managing your farm. If you somehow haven't played it yet, now is the time to pick it up. Elden Ring 40% off at $35.99. Yeah, Elden Ring on Steam Deck is a thing. It's actually been in the top 20 played games for a while and it's a great experience. Even though it doesn't reach 60 FPS, I think it's best enjoyed at 40 FPS with medium settings. The OLED makes the world look stunning and a lot of people are actually enjoying it on the Steam Deck. You can stretch it for about 3 hours on the OLED model for battery life, and if you're up for the challenge, it's really worth it. Diablo 4, 45% off at €27.49. Diablo 4 is a great pick for the deck, with smooth 60 FPS gameplay most of the time, full controller support, and tons of loot to chase. Whether it's solo or with friends, this is a great dungeon crawling experience on the go, and it will last you for about 3 hours on the Steam Deck OLED. Metaphor ReFantazio 25% off at €52.49. Now this one is a bit pricey. It is from the creators of Persona and it's a massive JRPG with stylish combat, runs between 50 and 60 FPS on the deck on low and medium settings, so while it's not perfect, it is very playable. If you love deep RPGs, this one is definitely worth checking out even at this price. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor 25% off at €9.74. Dwarves, mining, and non-stop alien hordes. What more do you need? This spin-off plays like Vampire Survivors but with DRG's charm. It runs flawlessly at 60 FPS, but it can drop to 40 FPS if you get too many enemies on the screen. It will last you for about 3 hours on the OLED, and it is super addicting. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, 30% off at $48.99. This one is best locked at 30 FPS. It's a fantastic new series in the Final Fantasy universe. It's a bit of a heavy title, and it doesn't run too well on the Steam Deck, but despite that, it is one of the most played games on deck for a reason. People are enjoying it, and if you love Final Fantasy, it's a must play. It has full controller support and will last you for about 2 hours and 30 minutes on the Steam Deck OLED. I'm gonna do a quick post here. By the way, did you know that only 3.2% of you watching are subscribed? That's even lower than the FPS for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't know how people are actually playing this game on the deck, but they are. Hit that subscribe button, help me out. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for doing it, and let's continue with the games. Hades 2, 10% off at $26.09. It's only 10% off, but it's Hades. It's Hades, but even better. Runs flawlessly at 60 FPS, plays like a dream on the deck, and has even more roguelike action than the first game. It has great characters, fast combat, it looks amazing, and it plays for more than 3 hours on the OLED. And last but not least, Halo Master Chief Collection, 75% off at €9.99. For just €10, you get 6 Halo games and full multiplayer support. It runs at 60 FPS, plays great with a controller, and is the best way to experience Halo on the go. That's 15 great games to grab during the Steam Spring Sale. Some run better than others, but they're all worth checking out on the Steam Deck. Let me know which ones you're picking up, and if you found any other great deals. You know I love to hear about it. I love buying games that I'll never have time to play. But either way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with some more videos about great Steam sale deals.